I'm going to try to read a poem to you that I wrote. It's called Tears. And his world cried like suicide, being lost so much insane. A sunny day of drinks and toast, then coming down like cruel cold rain. For reality does not exist within the tears of someone else. Being lost, so lost in emptiness, all this emptiness still felt. So he shakes his head and says a prayer for all the pains of yesterday, and the night sweats in the morning fear within the cruel cold light of day, and the headaches and the trembling hands. He sees a hole punched in a wall for the booze that took him to its lands, and he felt so very small. And freezing rain breaks weary limbs that grow on strong dead trees, so sadden like remorseful hymns with a pain that no one sees, and a hapless anguish breaks his heart, so engulfed in darkened night, he surrenders with his tears of dread, screaming, God, I lost the fight. And he drifts off in a moment real, where much nothingness does matter, and he wakes up in the light of day with his noise of constant clatter, while he knows he cannot change what is, and he knows exactly why, and the coming down like cruel cold rain with the tears he often cries. And strong dead trees just will not bend, but eventually they break, for he's caged by pain that no one sees, such a silent, lonely ache. But perhaps a sudden flash of light will dry the tears that fall, and now he coasts in search of hope, but he's sort of blind, like Saul. St. Paul or Saul he'll never be, he's a broken, strong dead tree, just a strong dead tree that broke in two, that he saw eventually. But in his strength there was a weakness, and in his weakness he was strong, and he knows it took so many years, that passed quick, but took so long. And the stars shall shine within the sky, and the rain shall often dance, and a broken, strong, dead tree shall pray, and be given one more chance. For betwixt beyond and up and down, behold and hold on tight, and he knows it took so many years, and it's grace that makes it right. And this broken, strong, dead tree shall fade into flowers that shall grow, while the bees shall simply pollinate, and new life shall simply grow. For it simply is a twist in life that this world is forgetting. For a broken, strong, dead tree is gone and has found a world of living. And living has its ups and downs, while a strong new tree has grown, and nature changes like the tides, where the bees had often flown. And in his life he was reborn, and in his life he sees a sunrise and a pleasant morn, and the tears that set him free. Though his anger screams in cold stone rage, he's a frightened child who weeps, and silence shreds and scars his heart, so much it hides and sleeps, while music soothes the beast inside, and madness walks the morn, and ragged is his leather coat, with its lining worn and torn. An aging, tired man in pain, still smiles, loves and needs, he fears and sleeps the troubled sleep, and shakes and sweats and bleeds. Embracing love, believing hope, at times he curses all. He touches heaven, walks through hell, and falls to fall. To fall in paradise he smiles, to serve and rise in peace. Perhaps the tears and fear shall die, with the chains that shall release. The human heart, the human soul, and twice his dreams are born, with the splendor of a leather coat, with its lining worn and torn. And living has its ups and downs, while a strong new tree has grown, and nature changes like the tides, where the bees had often flown. And in his life he was reborn, and in his life he sees a sunrise and a pleasant morn, and the tears that set him free. And his world cried like suicide, being lost so much insane, a sunny day of drinks and toasts, then coming down like cruel cold rain. For reality does not exist within the tears of someone else, being lost, so lost in emptiness, all this emptiness still felt. To fall in paradise, to serve and rise in peace. Perhaps the tears and fear shall die, with the chains that shall release. The human heart, the human soul, and twice his dreams are born, with the splendor of a leather coat, with its lining worn and torn. Thank you.